back to At Home with the Tasting Spoon. Today we celebrate fall season because fall season has just started and I'm so excited. I don't know about you guys. The leaves turning, sweater weather. It's so beautiful and so many comfort dishes that you can choose from. So today we're gonna kick off our fall season with our butternut squash soup. It's so creamy and so yummy, especially on rainy days, and when that temperature starts dropping, it's gonna definitely hit the spot. So let's get started. So to begin, we're gonna start warming up our crock pot in like medium heat, and we are going to add half a stick of butter to our crock pot, and we're just gonna let it start melting away, okay? Our butter has melted. We are going to begin adding our onions and our leeks. Like so. That a stir. And we want everything to start kind of sauteing, getting all those aromas out. I love the smell of the combination of leeks and onions sauteing in butter. It's so yummy. So we are going to let this saute until it becomes translucent. You're gonna start seeing the onions becoming a little bit more translucent. That is our indicator that we're ready for the next step. We're gonna add our garlic. More aromas going into this pot. Yum! Okay, let that cook for about a minute. So good. Okay, so now it's perfect. So we are going to begin adding our carrots and our butternut squash. We are going to add also our seasonings, which is ginger. We have some nutmeg, some salt, some black pepper, and some cilantro. We're just gonna mix that in. We're gonna let this cook for about 3 minutes now. I really wish you could smell this, but trust me, if you're going to do this recipe, you're going to smell what I'm smelling right now, and it's just amazing. It is. It is just truly amazing. We want all those flavors to start coming together before we add our chicken stock. I love butternut squash soup. It just really is so comforting for the soul. And you have endless possibilities doing this soup as well, because you can do it totally vegan. Instead of, for example, we're gonna add half and half, you can add coconut milk. You don't have to add butter. You can maybe just add olive oil. So it's very, very interesting the direction that you can do, and you can take this soup for you. You can even roast the carrots and the butternut squash. I've also done that in the past. Literally olive oil, salt, and pepper. Pop it in that oven for 350 degrees for about 10 minutes just to get that roasted. And then you toss it in the soup like the process that we just did. It adds a little bit of depth of flavor. So you can also try that out. We have everything coming together. All of those flavors and aromas coming together. You see everything is kind of glossy and translucent. That's what we're looking for. So we are ready to be adding our chicken stock now. You can definitely, if you're doing it vegan, you can definitely just be adding water at this point. Just do a little bit of those extra seasonings like salt, pepper, the nutmeg, and the ginger, just to give it a little bit more extra flavor. And some cilantro and probably some thyme or rosemary will go great. So I'm just gonna mix this a little bit more. And then we are going to bring this to a boil. We are going to cook all of these root vegetables, our butternut squash, and our carrots. Once they're tender, we will remove this from the heat. But right now, we're just gonna let it cook, baby. See you soon. Crank up that heat. Boom. So see that the liquid is reduced and our root vegetables are actually cooked till tender. So now we know we are ready for the next step. We turn off the heat. We let it cool down for a little bit because I'm using a food processor to puree all of this. However, if you have one of those hand blenders, you can always do so right now. You don't have to wait for anything. You can even put it in low heat so it doesn't splash and keep boiling on you. But I wanted it to cool down just a tiny bit before putting it in my food processor. You can also do it with a blender. Now that it's cooled down, I'm just going to start scooping everything out here so we can start blending it. I like it doing it on the food processor instead of the blender. For me, it turns out actually super creamy, but it's really up to you. You can use a blender, you can use a hand blender, you can use a food processor, whatever takes this liquid soup into puree, you are welcome to use. Okay, so we're going to do this real quick. I'm going to put this lid on. Blast off. Beautiful. Pop. Now this goes back into the heat. We want to add now our half and half. This is where if you are going to keep it vegan, you would add your coconut milk. Stir. Beautiful. So excited for the soup. So we want it to reduce now just for about 2 or 3 minutes until everything is well combined and it's creamy consistency. Beautiful. This as well is when you want to have a taste test of your soup and check your seasonings. Maybe you need a little bit more salt or pepper, ginger, nutmeg, depending on your taste buds. But we just want it to reduce a little bit. We don't want it to boil, just reduce a little bit. So in the meantime that this soup is simmering down, you can do the garnishes. So for garnishes, we're going to have sour cream, some cilantro leaves, and also some pepitas. So the pepitas, as you can see right here, are the little seeds that are inside of the butternut squash. We literally toast them in a non-stick skillet, small non-stick skillet in medium heat, about 3 to 5 minutes, a little bit of salt, and it gives that a little crunch texture that you're going to need in your soup. It gives it a little bit like a nutty flavor. So we are going to use this today as a garnish. So in the meantime that this is simmering down, you want to get those going. Soup is ready, so we're going to serve it up. We're going to serve up our soup. So we have our soup right here. Going to add some pepitas. With a little bit of color. And there you have it, our butternut squash soup. Can't wait to dig in. This soup looks gorgeous, like, and it smells so comforting. Okay, it's all ready. Look at that creamy consistency. This soup will warm your soul, like I'm telling you. That crunch of the pepitas will give it another depth of texture. Those cilantro leaves on the top will give you that pop of flavor in your mouth. Sour cream, a little bit of tanginess, a little bit of extra creaminess in the top. So much flavor in this soup. So much fallness, if you will. So good. So good. I'm gonna keep on eating this soup. So I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share to all your family and friends. This soup is amazing. I highly recommend. I know we're just beginning fall, but I couldn't handle myself. I can't wait to do all of these fall recipes with you guys and show you how easy and versatile they can be. So this soup is dressed to impress for all those rainy days, and with that, when that weather gets dropping, highly recommend. Remember those tips and tricks that I taught you if you wanted to do it vegan style. I will leave all the directions in the comment box below for you guys. And until next time with At Home with the Tasting.